Hi, everybody. This is Bridgit Danner from Hormone Detox Shop, and I let some of you guys know, some of my doTERRA fans, that I'm doing a little mini class right now about essential oils for emotional balance. So I'm calling this essential oils for emotional balance, but it's a bit of like a misnomer because we can't stay emotionally balanced all the time. Like it's impossible. We're supposed to have the full range of emotions. That's like kind of a full part of being a human. But sometimes we get stuck in an emotion that is overwhelming for us, or it's affecting our health, affecting our happiness. And we want to find ways to shift out of that rather than hang out in there. So, essential oils are a really powerful way to do that. And I'm here to talk to you all about that today. Sometimes this mic doesn't like to have a good connection. Here we go. So, I'm going to share a few slides. This is just a mini version. I was talking about the history of essential oils and that kind of a thing, but I'll just sum that up to say essential oils or, aromatic plants have been used for thousands of years for different ceremonies and different processes. Essential oils right now, I kind of hear the most about for like colds and flus, right? Or like muscle pain, cleaning the house. And those things are all great. But their strongest benefit may be actually emotionally. And we're going to learn about that, why that is in a second here. So when we smell something, and it doesn't take much of a substance to smell a smell, it's like a really micro-sized particle that goes through our olfactory sense, our nose, and our olfactory nerve, and that goes straight to the limbic brain to process that information. And the limbic brain stores memories and controls mood to a large extent. So that's why essential oils may be the most powerful for emotions, because right away, quickly, we take in that information and our body tries to make sense of it and react to it. So if we smell an aroma like lavender that lowers cortisol, it just has that neurochemical effect, and our chemical messengers start to signal to calm ourselves. And then sometimes scent does have memories or recollections. That's why it's actually good with aromatherapy to use it again and again. It doesn't like wear itself out. If you smell a blend like Serenity that is very calming, then when you go to smell it again, your body knows like, oh, this is the thing we smell when we calm down. So you can, use it again and again for sleep, for mood. And then when it says here, personalized experience, we all have different sensations about scents and memories around scent. So there's a science to aromatherapy, but there's also somewhat of an art form to it. As you get more oils and you get familiar with more oils, that you figure out like what goes best for you and your biochemistry. So why choose essential oils to manage moods? Great question. So one is like they're a lot safer than using medications, pharmaceuticals, right? That give you nutrient deficiencies, and sometimes they're very hard to come off of. They're also like, no side effects, which is great. And sometimes we use things like smoking or drinking or having coffee or sugar to try to manage our mood. But those things kind of have side effects as well, right? Because you gain weight or you feel horrible the next day or whatever, and you're not going to encounter that with essential oils. Like what we talked about earlier, because it goes right from your olfactory nerve to your limbic brain, your response is very quick. So it's pretty amazing. And it's simple. You can carry them in your purse. You can have them in your kids' room. You can diffuse them in your bedroom. So very easy to use as well. And there's 3 ways to use essential oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. For the topic of mood management, probably aromatically is the most important because of what we talked about earlier, the smell working so quickly. So whenever people are saying they're working on their mood, I always encourage them to use it in a diffuser and a spritzer and a tissue. But also if you do it topically, like on your wrist, then you can smell it throughout the day. You can even put it in jewelry, I'll put it sometimes just right under my nose. I'll put on my palms and then, kind of cup my mouth and nose and smell them. So topical can be aromatic as well. And then internal use, doTERRA does have some like gel caps for internal use, like things like Copaiba or Serenity. It can be used internally for mood. I wouldn't say it's like the number one use though. So here's a little bit about scents and properties of oils and how they affect us. So for instance, at the top, we have like mint and citrus as being kind of like expansive and giving you confidence and putting you in a happier mood. So doTERRA's got a blend called Motivate right at the top there that's heavy in the citrus and mint. And Motivate is awesome. We're going to cover it. We might cover it briefly later, but it's great for like when you're feeling down, or I use it like when there's a kind of a project I don't want to do, like I need to do my taxes and like I don't want to, or it's just like the mid-afternoon and I'm like, I don't really want to work. So I'll use some Motivate. I also find that it's helpful for headaches. So if you kind of like are a little headachy and foggy in the afternoon, you can just be putting it around on your head and neck, and you're smelling it, and it also gives you some relief. So that's just one example, but you can kind of see like florals are reassuring, trees are grounding. That's kind of a broad spectrum of how this all works. And so, we're going to talk about some already ready-made blends today, but there's also a possibility to make your own blends by, combining citrus and cedarwood. And then you're getting some grounding and also like some pickup. So this is 6 oils in doTERRA's emotional aromatherapy system. I have all these oils. They're all lovely. I did not start out with this kit. This is an enrollment kit with a diffuser we're going to see in a minute. But I really encourage it because, again, I think that we are underutilizing oils for emotions, and we're under addressing the conversation of emotions in our health, right? Like we can be eating right and going to the gym or whatever, but like if we're sad, if we're unhappy, if things are happening in our heart that hurt, you're not going to feel well, right? And you want to move out of those moods. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So we talked about this earlier. You don't want to, ignore emotions. They give us information, but you also want to learn how to move through them, because if you're stuck in them, that will often lead to physical illness, plus just, not a happy life. So I would suggest as you use the oils, or as you work with your own emotions, just be aware of what state you're in. I'm feeling low. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling angry. And then take a step back from it and say, okay, usually we think some external things make us upset, right? Our boss was rude to us, or, we're not making enough money and we're worried, whatever it is. But sometimes we need to kind of step away from the cause and just look at the emotion and look at it from a different perspective, perhaps. So maybe your boss, kind of cut you off in a conversation, but maybe she didn't get a good night's sleep. Maybe she's having a hard time at home. Maybe that's just her stuff and it has nothing to do with you. So whatever feeling that exchange brought up, you just kind of want to let go of it. So think about what state you want to be in, shifting kind of that negative emotion to a different perspective, a different state for your own health. Don't worry about the other person. And then picking the right oil to support that. So I'll just really quickly go through these. Motivate is one of the oils in the kit that I described earlier. This is one of my favorite oils. It has such a unique scent. They all do. And Motivate just kind of picks you up mentally and emotionally to keep going. Cheer is a similar oil, except a little bit more warm combined with the citrus. So it's like it's expansive, but also comforting. And I really love this oil. I often gift it to new wellness advocates who join doTERRA. Passion is one I bought more recently. It's really interesting. It has a very interesting scent. It's got a lot of warming essential oils that you'll see there, and also some really exotic things like jasmine and sandalwood and vanilla. So these oils are all in the smaller size. You don't need to use much of them, right? You're not cleaning your kitchen with them. You're just using a little bit. But they're pretty high-end oils in these little bottles. So passion you can use actually to like recharge your sex life. You can also use it for creative energy or reaching a goal. And these are just examples. You may find in your own life you want to use it for a different purpose. Forgive was probably one of the first oils in this kit I bought. It has a very piney scent. So you can use it physically for things like breathing. I use it in a body oil with ylang ylang because I find that mix of floral and kind of pine is really beautiful. But forgive is just for that. It's for anger, for like resentful feelings, or even forgiving yourself if you're feeling hard on yourself about something. You can diffuse it. It's a very cleansing scent. Console is one I've been using a lot lately because I'm going through my own kind of heavy-hearted time. And this has a beautiful powdery scent. It's very light. I don't know if it's the rose in it. Again, these are like very high-end oils in this formula. But it really does. It says, dispel feelings of sadness. It really does. It's like a very comforting. Calling it a comforting blend is a perfect name. And then I think this is the last one, Peace. Peace is a pretty famous doTERRA oil. Supposedly it was invented by the mother of a child with like ADHD or autism because it's just very calming. So it can be good for anxiety, poor sleep, just like anytime you're just feeling like really anxious. So here's something to think about that I've been working on lately. We can't change other people, but we can work on changing ourselves and raising our vibration and how we react to things. And sometimes when we shift, the situations around us will shift as well. So this is a kit I mentioned to you earlier. It's called the Emotional Aromatherapy Diffused Kit. It comes with 6 oils and a really beautiful diffuser that can run for 10 hours if you want it to, and different colored lights. It's a really lovely diffuser called the Lumo. And comes again with the diffuser, these 6 oils, and doTERRA's guidebook. It also comes with little stickers to put on your oils so you can start collecting. And I did not update these bonuses, but there's actually even more bonuses than listed here. So I've changed it up. I'm going to send you 3, as long as you live in the US, I'm sending you 3 little sample bottles of Overwhelm, Love Your Liver, and what was the last one? I can't believe I'm forgetting. Oh, Craving Control. So just a little sampling to give you some extra bonuses, some physical support, and another special blend to calm you. And then often we overeat or crave food when we're feeling emotional. So there's a blend for slapping your hands so you don't grab that wine or sugar or whatever it is. You do get a consultation with me. We have training online. We have also, like if you live in the US, I'm going to send you some little booklets about how to use oils, some supplement samples. And then I'm also just added in the Hormone Rescue Protocol ebook by Marisa Snyder, because hormones are definitely, an issue with emotions, as we well know. So I'm sorry those weren't updated, but those little offers with the 3 free oils, Overwhelm, Craving Control, and Love Your Liver, as long as you purchase this kit by Saturday, you can have those bonuses. What is going on? Okay. I think I missed the price slide. So let me show you the price. The price of that kit is $195. Oh, here we go. And again, we have even more bonuses than are listed here. But that gets you a membership, which is 25% off for the year. Basically, because you're buying a kit, some things get rolled into it, right? So you get a reduced price, you get your membership for free, and you get this collection of oils, most importantly, that can really support you and keep you, from having to turn to harder things to modulate your emotions. And let's see what else here. So yeah, a little bit bonuses are wrong here, but the kit is correct. And as long as you live in the US, I'll send you a physical packet of stuff. If you don't live in the US, we have a bunch of online training and online bonuses as well. So I hope you enjoyed that little presentation on the aromatherapy benefits of essential oils. I do hope you'll cash in on these 3 extra oils I'm going to send you, and a chance to meet with me privately to ask about your hormones or your moods or whatever you want to talk about. All included in this kit, the emotional aromatherapy kit. So I will put the link under the video. And if you have any questions about it, or you want to buy a bigger kit, because doTERRA has a bigger some additional bonuses if you do add some more items on. Let me show you those real quick. I don't want to confuse you. But yeah, there's a couple of free products for physical pain if you get to add a few extra things in your cart. And if you can't, you can't afford $195 and you want to get a little smaller stuff, you can reach out to me and we'll customize something for you. But I really recommend this kit as a great starter kit for getting into the world of essential oils and really cashing in on like what's the most powerful use of essential oils, which is probably to modulate your mood. We all need it. We're all humans experiencing emotions and we all need a little help. So thanks so much for watching. Again, I will put the link for this kit in the notes. And as long as you purchase by Saturday, I'll get a little alert and I'll be packing up your little samples and wrapping them up and putting in the mail. And so it's fun to get a little extra stuff on top of what you already get from doTERRA. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I will take some questions down below the video as well.